What if your very identity was a curse, fluid as water yet unyielding as stone, mirroring the ancient myths of Tiresias, blinded and gender-shifted by divine whim, or the hidden struggles of those in history's shadows, like Joan of Arc donning armor to defy roles? In Ranma 1/2, 2024, Season 2, Episode 3, The Antidote Hunt, released on October 18, 2025, we submerge into this turmoil, where the splash of cold water carries the sharp chill of betrayal, the scent of herbal remedies lingers like forgotten incense in a temple, and the echo of clashing fists resounds like revolutionary drums from the French guillotines. Nestled in the escalating arc of new rivals and ancient techniques, this episode amplifies the chaos of Jusenkyo curses, leaving me ensnared in a whirlwind of laughter and ache, pondering. Can one master the self when the body rebels, akin to Prometheus bound yet stealing fire from within? You're there, skin prickling from the icy transformation, muscles tensing in the dojo's humid air, suspense building like a storm you sense but can't evade. What secret technique will unlock freedom or deepen the prison? The curiosity gnaws, drawing you to the screen, for only in witnessing will you taste the bittersweet release, flowing from Season 2's earlier clashes, where new arrivals like Moose disrupt the fragile peace of engagements and rivalries, much like intruders storming a Shakespearean wedding feast or uninvited guests at historical banquets turning merriment to mayhem. This episode thrusts Ranma into a bind after a fierce confrontation. Key events swirl around a debilitating affliction that traps the protagonist in one form, compelling a quest for mastery and remedy, echoing the hero's journeys in epic tales like Odysseus navigating perils homeward. Allies and antagonists blur in comedic yet tense alliances, transitioning the narrative toward deeper martial lore and romantic entanglements. Yet ambiguities tease. Why does this curse lock so inescapably, reminiscent of Pandora's box unleashing irrevocable woes? You're immersed, dodging hidden strikes in shadowed alleys, heart racing as if your own duality hangs in balance, curiosity aflame. Will this trial forge strength or fracture bonds? The answers beckon, urging you to unravel the knot yourself. This episode propels the overarching narrative by intensifying Ranma's cursed dilemmas, introducing a pivotal twist where a post-battle affliction, stemming from Moose's vengeful tactics, locks Ranma in female form, forcing a desperate pursuit of an antidote through rigorous training. This advances the Amazon arc, highlighting revelations about hidden martial techniques and escalating the stakes for romantic resolutions, culminating in a cliffhanger that teases a showdown's aftermath. Pacing strikes a harmonious balance, blending slapstick frenzy with contemplative training montages, akin to the rhythmic build in Kurosawa's samurai films where calm precedes storm. Dramatic equilibrium is achieved through juxtaposed humor and peril, preventing overload. Addressing fan-inquired, cloudy aspects, such as the lock's mechanics and why hot water fails, often confusing newcomers to the curse logic. Manga research from Volume 7, Chapters 63 to 69, illuminates. Cologne employs the cat tongue pressure point, a Chinese Amazon secret that hypersensitizes Ranma to heat, rendering hot water intolerable and effectively trapping the curse. This isn't random but a calculated coercion to dissolve the shampoo engagement, providing deeper context that the anime condenses for impact, resolving why the antidote, the Phoenix Pill, demands mastering the Hiryu Shoten Ha, a spiral blast technique symbolizing control over chaos. Ranma's psychological depth unfurls like a wounded flower, hidden frustrations with identity bubbling into surprising growth. Motivations shift from evasion to determined mastery, transformative choices like embracing vulnerability consistent with prior arcs yet laced with humor-tinged pathos. Akane's support reveals her own wounds of insecurity, her dialogues surprising in their tenderness, fostering mutual evolution. Moose's introduction exposes motivations of unrequited love turned obsession, his actions surprising yet consistent with Amazon pride, while Cologne's manipulative wisdom adds layers of elder cunning. These developments peel back egos, leaving you questioning your own masks. Identity manifests as a fluid battleground, Ranma's locked form probing morality and manipulation. Does coercion forge true strength, or erode it, echoing Socrates' cave illusions where perceived limits chain the soul? Sacrifice emerges in grueling training, survival clashing with hope as characters wager pride for connection, questioning despair's grip. Can one transcend imposed fates, like Icarus defying gravity only to melt? New lore on Amazon pressure points and esoteric techniques enriches the universe, complicating curse rules with cultural depth, drawing from Chinese martial myths, turning whimsy into a tapestry of global traditions that heighten stakes. The script sparkles with sharp wit and poetic undercurrents, lines like desperate pleas amid sweat-soaked exertion carrying weight that foreshadows resilience, resonating like Hemingway's terse revelations in The Ring. Impactful without cliches, dialogues foreshadow alliances, pulling you into the banter as if trading barbs in a bustling marketplace, suspense heightening. What unspoken vow will shatter the lock? Curiosity compels. Witness the words that rewrite destinies. Mappa's animation flows with exquisite fluidity, art direction employing vibrant reds for passion's heat contrasted by cool blues of entrapment. Lighting casts elongated shadows during training, symbolizing internal divides, while stillness in meditative moments versus explosive movement shapes emotional catharsis. Beauty here signifies liberation's elusive grace. Direction masterfully deploys dynamic angles, overhead shots amplifying isolation, tight compositions mirroring confined identity. Editing's brisk rhythm syncs with heartbeat tension, evoking Ozu's subtle amplifications of domestic drama. This episode etched scars of empathetic laughter and poignant frustration, wonder igniting as resilience bloomed amid absurdity. Moments of breakthrough sparked awe, evoking the triumph of suffragettes claiming voice or athletes shattering barriers, where personal revolutions echo universally. Hinting at the climax, a vortex collision of wills, a shattering pivot redefining curses. It probes timeless queries. What if our flaws are keys to transcendence, like alchemists turning lead to gold in shadowed labs? You're there, body aching from phantom training, echoes of determination vibrating within, suspense tightening. Will this mastery heal or haunt? The philosophical reverberations linger, plunge in, for the reflections mirror your concealed battles. Complexity in technique explanations might bewilder, yet I reframe it as deliberate immersion, mimicking Ranma's confusion for thematic empathy. Pacing's comedic rapidity could feel opaque, but it stylistically captures chaos's essence, enhancing rewatch appeal. Balanced, the humor-heart fusion triumphs over minor convolutions. Episode 3 excels in comedic depth, character evolution, and visual poetry, though its layered lore requires attentiveness. Yet this crafts a compelling mosaic, succeeding as a beacon of the series' whimsical wisdom. I anticipate its ripple in the adaptation's legacy. But what if the next splash alters your own reflection forever? Watching isn't mere entertainment, it's the inevitable dive into your fluid self. Will you surface transformed? Imagine standing on the precipice of freedom, much like Achilles dipping into the Styx, invulnerable yet forever marked by that one vulnerable heel. In Ranma 1/2, 2024, Season 2 Episode 7, released on November 15, 2025, the cold splash of water isn't just a transformation, it's a metaphor for the fluid boundaries of self, love, and loyalty. As the series dives deeper into the chaotic web of engagements and enchantments following the uproarious introduction of Hapasai in the previous episode, this installment thrusts us into a whirlwind where a simple date becomes a battlefield, echoing the tragic misunderstandings of Romeo and Juliet, but with martial arts flips and gender-bending twists. I was immediately gripped by the episode's raw energy, a tantalizing blend of hilarity and heartache that leaves you wondering, what price would you pay to shed your deepest flaw, and what if that flaw is what binds you to the one you love? The air thickens with unspoken desires, pulling you in like the scent of rain before a storm. Curious, aren't you, about how far Ranma will go, and what shadows lurk in Akane's fierce gaze? Picture yourself in the Tendo Dojo, the wooden floors creaking under the weight of history, reminiscent of ancient samurai halls where honor was defended with every strike. Building on the escalating rivalries from prior episodes, where Shampoo's affections and Ranma's curse have already sown seeds of discord, this chapter unfolds with a brazen theft. The dojo's sign vanishes, signaling a formidable challenger who demands Akane, as heir, to prove her mettle in combat. Yet, fate conspires like the ironic twists in O. Henry's tales, overlapping this trial with a seductive proposition from Shampoo, who dangles a miraculous instant spring cure for Ranma's gender-shifting affliction in exchange for a seemingly innocent outing. Miscommunications ignite like wildfire, Akane spotting Ranma in a compromising moment, her temper flaring hotter than Vesuvius erupting over Pompeii, leading to a painful setback. The episode hurtles forward, blending dojo defense with personal dilemmas, leaving threads dangling. Will the cure hold, or is it another illusory promise? You're there, heart racing, as fists fly and glances pierce. Don't you ache to witness how these collisions reshape their worlds, to uncover the hidden costs that only the screen can reveal? This episode masterfully accelerates the overarching narrative of Ranma's quest for normalcy, much like Odysseus navigating sirens on his odyssey home. The dual conflicts, the dojo challenge and the coerced date, interweave with precision, culminating in revelations about the curse's tenacity and a cliffhanger that echoes the suspense of Hitchcock's Vertigo, where identities teeter on the edge. Pacing is brisk, almost breathless, balancing comedic chaos with dramatic peaks, though some might find the overlaps dizzying. Yet, this mirrors life's unpredictable rhythms, like like the sudden ambushes in World War trench warfare. For those puzzled by the instant spring's fleeting nature, why doesn't it end the curse forever? The manga, chapters 134 to 137, clarifies. It's a one-use artifact from Jusenkyo, a temporary bomb sourced from diluted springs, designed to tease permanence without granting it, enriching the animated adaptation by underscoring the curse's inescapable grip. This research illuminates why Ranma's victories feel Pyrrhic, providing context that fans often debate in forums, transforming confusion into profound irony. Ranma emerges as a tormented soul, his bravado cracking like Icarus's wings under the sun's glare. Motivated by desperation for a cure, yet wounded by loyalty to Akane, his choices reveal a transformative vulnerability, surprising in their tenderness. Akane, fierce as Joan of Arc leading her charge, grapples with jealousy that exposes her hidden insecurities, her re-injury a visceral symbol of love's self-sabotage. Shampoo's cunning adds layers, her manipulations consistent with her warrior heritage, while secondary figures like Ranma offer comic relief that underscores familial burdens. Their dialogues and decisions feel organic, propelling growth that hints at deeper bonds. Don't you sense the pull, as if you're witnessing your own unresolved heartaches unfold? Beyond surface antics, the episode probes eternal quandaries. Is identity a fixed fortress or a river's flow, as pondered by Heraclitus? Power manifests in martial prowess and emotional restraint, morality in choosing honor over temptation, sacrifice in Ranma's divided attentions, echoing Abraham's biblical trial, where faith tests the soul. Survival pits hope against despair, as the curse symbolizes life's unchosen battles, compelling characters to confront whether love can transcend flaws. These resonate like the existential echoes in Camus' The Myth of Sisyphus, urging us to embrace absurdity with defiance. New lore on Jusenkyo's instant variance expands the universe, complicating magical rules with temporary fixes that mirror real-world quick fixes, like historical elixirs promising eternal youth but delivering fleeting illusions. This enriches the chaotic, curse-ridden Furinkan district, blending Eastern mysticism with everyday absurdity. The script crackles with wit, sharp as a katana's edge. Lines like Ranma's exasperated quips evoke the banter in Shakespeare's comedies, while poignant confessions carry the weight of Hemingway's understated prose. Foreshadowing lurks in casual barbs, resonating long after, like echoes in a canyon. Clichés are subverted with fresh twists, making exchanges impactful. Imagine overhearing a lover's plea in a crowded market, heartstrings tugged. Doesn't it stir a craving to hear the full exchange, to feel the words sting yourself? Mappa's animation dazzles, with fluid martial sequences that flow like a river in spate, colors vibrant as a Tokyo neon night, reds flaring in anger, blues cooling in moments of doubt, shadows creeping to symbolize inner turmoil. Symbolism abounds. Stillness in tense standoffs contrasts explosive movement, evoking the yin-yang balance central to the story's philosophy. Direction shines through dynamic camera angles, low shots amplifying threats, rapid edits mirroring heartbeat frenzy, compositions that frame characters in isolation or unity, amplifying emotional stakes like Kurosawa's masterful framing in Seven Samurai. This episode left me hollowed out, a visceral punch akin to watching the fall of Troy, wonder sparked by magical possibilities, scars from jealous rifts that mirror our own relational fractures. The pivotal collision, a breaking point where destinies entwine and shatter, evokes universal queries. What if your greatest strength is your partner's wound? I felt the ash of regret in my throat, the echo of a cry fading into night. Haven't you known that ache, that pull toward resolution? It provokes a deep curiosity, suspending you in suspense, compelling you to chase the answers only the episode holds. Employing a reverse lens, one might critique the pacing as overly frenetic, risking opacity in layered plots. Yet, this mirrors the deliberate stylistic choice of Takahashi's manga, where chaos underscores themes of unpredictability, turning potential flaws into thematic strengths. Complexity can confuse, but it invites rewatches like deciphering Da Vinci's codes. Measured against its ambitions, the episode excels in balance, though minor animation dips in non-action scenes feel like intentional breaths amid the storm. Episode 7 triumphs in blending uproarious comedy with poignant depth, succeeding as both narrative propellant and emotional odyssey. Its strengths in character nuance and visual flair outweigh minor rushes, making it a standout in Season 2's arc. But tell me, as the curse's chill lingers like frost on autumn leaves, can you resist stepping into this world yourself, where every splash rewrites fate? Watching isn't just viewing, it's embarking on your own quest for truth amid the turmoil. What hidden part of you awaits transformation?